everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Has MoFi lost it? A couple of days ago, a friend of mine sent me a text message with a screenshot from the MoFi site, the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab website, announcing a new one step. Now, among my audiophile friends, whenever MoFi announces a new title, it is news, especially when it's a one step. But this new one step that was announced is Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas. And the first thing I said is it's a hoax. It's a hoax. They're not announcing this. This is a hoax. This, I mean, I'm not sure if the viewers know about this album. I'll get into detail later on. And without being a music snob here, I do think the title track of that album is good. You got me there. The title track is good. But the rest of this album is not in any region, whether it be 90s pop, whether it be Christmas songs, whether it be soul or white soul or white gospel oriented. It doesn't excel in anything. So I was shocked, but I'll get later on into the details why specifically this record is not a choice. I went online. I thought, oh, I'm gonna search, and I did find links to the MoFi site where they did announce this album. Now, clicking on the link, you get a false error, and they withdraw the announcement. Possibly that is my guess here. I'm not knowing this because, well, it's still August. It's still summer. This is not a good moment to announce a Christmas album. But there was a page. They made the artwork. The artwork is there for the one step. They put it on their website. So MoFi are working and have announced the Mariah Carey Christmas album. And that leads me to the following question. What are they thinking? MoFi has had a tough couple of years. You can see that there is a decline in the value of their records on Discogs. I do not know if there is a decline with regard to potential sales, because I don't have those numbers. I don't know how fast certain records are going out of print. I do know that after the debacle with the master tapes, if you haven't heard it, MoFi was finally, after some questions from online, open about the source. They do make copies of master tapes digitally, so these records are not all analog. Now, that doesn't mean that all those pressings are bad. Some of those pressings with a digital step there are the best I've heard. The first one that comes to mind is Mingus album, and ever since that moment, there have been some good releases. I think their one step of Joni Mitchell's Blue is very good. Awesome pressing. I really enjoy their Van Halen 1 one step pressing. Great album, great release. But there are also moments that make me doubt the tactics of their company. For example, they are releasing all the Van Halen albums on one step. I mean, the one step is the crown jewel of MoFi. Just as the UHQR is for Analog Productions, you would think that that crown jewel is being kept for the treasures and the pearls of their catalog. Now, I love Van Halen, and I did a top 5 video about the best Van Halen albums. If you want to see it, you can watch it up here. But even among Van Halen fans, a lot of people acknowledge that their debut album and 1984 are their big guns. Fair Warning is a good album. Is it a one step? So there is, what does the quality stamp of making a one step mean? Now, I do understand that if you're in a battle with someone or a company like Analog Productions, you want to get a different profile. You know, when Analog Productions announces they have the back catalog of Steely Dan, they come up with the Eagles and Van Halen. You gotta have competition. I understand that, and I can also understand that when Analog Productions chooses these sometimes even unknown pearls. Chet Kassem has a great ear. He has listened to a lot of great albums. Sometimes he can just do a release of an album that's not that popular, but from what she says, this is good, listen to it. And as an audio or a music lover, you just buy it because you love this guy's taste. And quite often, he's on the right track. I might understand if MoFi says we are moving towards um, perhaps a different era, more pop oriented music, like the Mariah Carey album, 90s. Like, I don't think that would be a bad idea. As a matter of fact, market wise, it would be really interesting to have some of those 90s albums and sometimes even 90s pop albums in a one step release, to have a good version of records that were not so widespread on vinyl or are hard to find. First thing that pops to mind is, if you're talking about 90s, give me a one step of Nirvana in Utero, Pearl Jam 10, Soundgarden Super Unknown, or if you want to go more on the pop side, there are also great records in the world of pop. George Michael's Older, for example, which got a good reissue recently, but there are not a lot of that around. And the one step quality could add to that. Automatic for the People by REM, Depeche Mode Violator, Achtung Baby by U2, Different Class by Pulp. And even if you want to go more pure 90s pop music, there are records that are far more interesting. And you will lose some of your Eagles fans. You will lose some of your Van Halen fans. But if you are saying we are a quality label, we admire good pop, I could understand if you would go for Ray of Light by Madonna or Robbie Williams' Life Through a Lens. Those were, in the 90s, interesting pop albums, and something was going on there. Also, sound wise, it might be interesting to explore that with a one step. Now, here's why I think that Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas does not qualify in any of those regions. Last year, I did a review on that. I was looking forward to that album. I found it on vinyl, so it's actually very easy to find on vinyl. And the title of the, not the title track, but the track "All I Want for Christmas Is You," it's a banger. I mean, I hear it every year, and I think it's a beautiful, melodic, dynamic, fast song. It holds holiday cheer for me. I think that's a quality Christmas pop song. The rest of the record is complete the opposite. And I do know there are one step albums out there I don't care for, but they have their own quality. I cannot seem to find the quality in the rest of the Mariah Carey Merry Christmas album. She has an fabulous, that's the best word I could come up with, high pitched whistle, which is of an incredible quality. I mean, does count for you as a vocalist, but she uses it whenever she can. It does not hold any edge. She doesn't understand the drama of a song. Her interpretation, the storytelling is just kitschy, unrelatable. She has nothing to say. The sound is sometimes so horribly 90s kitsch. What I believe is going on there is, this is a white woman can sing soul, okay, but she's taken elements and she's taking elements and copying things that have meaning when you listen to the gospel or the soul origin, and she just soullessly throws it on meaningless pop songs, making for me the definition of Christmas kitsch. There is a Netflix special, a Christmas special from Mariah Carey, I believe it was last year. I saw that, and it's just an abundance of kitsch, but not like a Rocky Horror Picture Show that you can look and think, oh yeah, there's something going on. No, she has nothing to say. She's just, pardon me, she's just standing in a corner because she cannot move with the tightness of her outfit. She does some horrible acting, sings some soulless songs, and it has nothing to say. Now, if MoFi says we're not in it for, pardon again, no idea what's going on. Pardon again. Well, if MoFi says, but it's Christmas time, we want to release a Christmas album. There are so many incredible Christmas albums to release. The thing also is, a Christmas album you play it once a year. I start playing it the end of November until late December. I quit after the 26th. Now, pardon. Now, there are some classic albums like the James Brown Christmas album or the Motown Christmas album that are hard to find here in Europe. I live in Amsterdam. It's almost impossible to find copies of those, but they are Christmas classics. Rolling Stone ranked them among the best Christmas albums. Why not do a release of that? Or take it from another challenge. One step, sound quality. I want to hear the original master tapes of Bing Crosby's White Christmas. I want to hear the orchestration on Frank Sinatra's Christmas album. I'd love to hear a good copy of the Wall of Sound of Phil Spector's Christmas album. Also, a Christmas album. Originals are very hard to find, especially in Europe. Those should make amazing Christmas releases by MoFi and records you'll play every year again. Why go with Mariah Carey? Are they trying a new decade? Are they going to go for new commercial tactics? Are they trying to lose the old guy audiophile scene and leave that to analog productions? But is the Mariah Carey fan base actually interested in audiophile quality? Well, good question. I'm not sure if they're gonna find out, but you might lose, or even more, you will lose the mark of quality. Definitely when you go for titles like these. So I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video.